What up, kinfolk? It's your boy, the Do-Rag Gamer, aka Will Tally, aka Screwface Capone. I probably got a million different names. Normally I like to do Twitch streams. I like to post game videos, and I'm also going to be expanding into some original content pretty soon. But right now I want to speak on something that's been going on for the past few weeks. I know I'm kind of late to the party, but it's just something I felt like speaking on. This is basically raw and uncut. I know there's going to be some audio issues. I'm pretty new to this YouTube thing. I just feel like speaking on something that I've been seeing these past few weeks. So as you know, high school students across the nation have been holding walkouts and protests because in the wake of the Parkland shooting. And the reason why they've been holding these protests is because they want to see better gun laws and more common sense gun regulation. Now, I know everybody has their own opinions on gun control and stuff. Personally, I don't see why a civilian needs to own something that can kill dozens of people in seconds, and I don't see what it would hurt to close some of these loopholes there are, and to add in some extra background checks and add in some more thorough background checks. Personally, in my opinion, it should be. I think we should probably have the same process to buy a gun as there is a car. But again, I'm getting away from what I want to actually speak on. So, so one thing that's been coming out in response to that is this thing called walk up and walk out. Now, the idea is that you gotta walk up to bullied kids or outcasts, and maybe if somebody had done that, then this kid wouldn't have gone on a shooting rampage or whatever. Which, in and of itself, is ridiculous. Just basically take a look at the name real quick. Walk up, not out. Walk up, not out. It's basically this passive-aggressive form of trying to shut down a protest or trying to shut down a social movement. Like instead of maybe back in the days where they would bring out cops, tear gas and water hoses and dogs, and they still do that, obviously. But there's some kind of new passive-aggressive thing by people, so they can try to make the students feel bad or come up with this friendly, nicer way to not protest. So, so instead of marching and doing all this other stuff, instead you're befriending kids or whatever. Now, first of all, let me just say, I do think we can do a lot more to reduce bullying, because I think a big problem in this country in particular is that people are lacking empathy. So if you really believe that befriending outcasts is the answer, then you're not the person who I'm talking to. But my thing is, that this is a passive aggressive way to shut down the whole gun control marches and whatever. Because, as I said, the name is walk up, not out. Why can't people do both? You know, it's a lot of different factors that go into school shootings. But I think maybe gun control laws will help, and maybe reducing bullying would help. But why can't a person do both? That's my thing. So the very fact that you're suggesting that it's one or the other convinces me that the whole walk up, not out thing is bullshit. And it's kind of similar to the whole All Lives Matter thing that came out in response to Black Lives Matter. Instead of saying Black Lives Matter, because you don't want to have to confront this reality that young, unarmed African Americans and other people of color are being gunned down by police officers when they shouldn't be. When you can take a guy who can shoot up a church and get cheeseburgers afterward, but when you roll up on Tamir Rice and shoot him within 2 seconds, then to me that's bullshit. And my thing is, if you really do feel that all lives matter, why aren't you there with the Black Lives Matter protesters? Why aren't you with them? And more importantly, why do you not say that in response to people saying Blue Lives Matter? See, it's You're just trying to shut down a protest because this makes you feel because at best this makes you feel uncomfortable, and at worst you're probably a racist piece of shit. And it's kind of like when Colin Kaepernick was kneeling. People twisted that around to make it look like he was protesting against troops and he was protesting against the flag, which was clearly not the case. A a military veteran actually came up with the idea to kneel. So so if you think about it, if you take a second to think about it, saying Colin Kaepernick was wrong for kneeling is the same thing as, well, saying Colin Kaepernick was protesting against the flag or the troops when he was kneeling is basically the same thing as saying that the Boston Tea Party was a protest against tea, or the Rosa Parks bus boycott was a protest against public transportation, which of course is absurd bullshit. You don't want to confront what it is that the reason that he's kneeling, so you want to cover it up, hide it, get it out the way, so it won't hurt your precious feelings. And that's what this whole walk up, not out thing is. You don't want to confront these issues that these kids are bringing up. You don't want them involved in your politics, so we're going to come up with this. We're going to come up with this nice, friendly. Again, we're going to come up with a nice, friendly slogan, a nice, friendly alternative, just so you can feel safe, and they might even feel bad about their actions. And here's another thing about it. America's got this blame the victim culture, and this brings me to my next point. You are not responsible for what now, if you do want to reach out to somebody who's outcast, like I said before, I do think we need more empathy, and I do need to think we can do more to do bullying, but you are not responsible for another person's actions. That's like telling a rapist. America's got this victim blaming culture. Like, whenever you hear about a woman being raped, oh, she shouldn't have been in that neighborhood. She shouldn't have been wearing that dress. She shouldn't have been drinking. She shouldn't have been this. She shouldn't have been that. No. The rapist shouldn't have raped her. Just like here. No, the guy shouldn't have shot up the place. It's like, let me take it back to Columbine. Like, a lot of people were saying they were bullied, but if you read up on it, you'll find out that that was not the case. They were hanging out. They went to prom with girls, and there were even reports of them bullying on other kids themselves. So they might not have been the cool kid. They might not have been the coolest kids in school, but they weren't. But they were far from these bully victims that they're usually portrayed as. And if the whole bullying led to school shootings thing, then every gay student, every transgender, every minority student would would be shooting up the place like willy nilly. Matter of fact, I myself was bullied back in high school. But of course, here I am, 37 years later, got a good job. I moved out of my parents' house, and I have no major mental issues I know of. So yeah, my point is you are not responsible for another person's actions. At some point, personal accountability has got to come into play. This man was 19 years old, so he's clearly at the age where he knows right from wrong. And also, what's funny to me is that the same people who came up with this walk up, not out bullshit were the same people who be online whining about PC culture and snowflakes and how people are easily triggered. So when it's you doing the bullying or trying to be some kind of douchebag edgelord, is all good. But now that the kids themselves, I guess, are being anti-PC, if you really think about it, then you want to fall back and be this compassionate, save the world, let's everybody all get along, motherfucker. So that's how I know this walk up, walk not out thing is bullshit. Because basically what it comes down to is, if you really do believe in ending bullying, then why can't people do both? You know? So that's about it. I just wanted to I just wanted to say my .02 cents or whatever. Keep checking out this channel. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll be trying to do more Twitch. I'll try to get on Twitch more often because I know I haven't been on there lately too much. And also I'm also going to be doing some more original content. Right now I'm working on a documentary series about one of my favorite video games. I'm hoping to get that moving forward, and I might hit you with with the first part of that sometime in May. So stay here, keep posted, follow me on Twitter and all that stuff. And again, this is raw and uncut. That's why there are audio issues. That's why I stutter a lot. There's no script. There is no filter. Just me sitting here in front of my microphone talking about something that I feel like speaking on. That's what I do. Anyway, thanks for joining me tonight. Hope you have a good rest of the weekend. It's 1:25 in the morning on April 22nd. I really should be asleep by now. So, with that said, peace out.